One last rumor that's been floating around on the trade front is possibly the Twins moving Carlos Correa. Do you think that's even a possibility?
I think it's a possibility. I don't think it
Okay.
is likely yet.
Okay.
They're clearly not going to increase payroll. They're in a weird spot, right? So the team's for sale.
Hmm.
So you don't want to have big long term commitments, and Correa's could be.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you don't want to stink, right? Teams that are
Yeah.
terrible tend not to get, right? They're just not going to get sold for
Yep.
as much. You want the team to be competitive. So they want to try to contend next year without massively increasing payroll, without a long term investment. Maybe they do a larger 2 or 3 year deal, a larger AAV, but nothing longer than that that might impact the team's value in sale. If they could trade Correa in a deal that rids them of the payroll obligations, but doesn't make the team much or any worse for next year because it fills other needs, I could see that something like that happening. That said, just a little bit I've heard people talking about it in the last 24 hours since I am at the meetings, and sometimes I leave the hotel room. I would say it seems like those talks are pretty embryonic, and it's going to be a while. If something like that happens, it's either going to come out of nowhere, or much more likely, it is kind of a slow build, and we see who else leaves the market. There's not a lot of shortstops out there, so he'd be enticing. But it just doesn't sound like that's gotten very far yet.